All right, everyone, welcome to Jasper's History Facts. Today is May the 13th, and on this day in 1846, the U.S. had full support from Congress, overwhelming support, for a declaration of war on Mexico. Tensions between the U.S. and Mexico stem mostly from the United States' annexation of Texas, and that's mostly because Texas got its independence from Mexico not long before, asks to join the United States, is approved. Mexico's not too happy about that, and the United States kind of doesn't care. So some tensions rise, mostly in 1845. That's when that annexation of Texas happens. Then U.S. Congress votes on going to war with Mexico. It's pretty, like I said, overwhelmingly supported, and leads to the war. Now, this war, it's going to sound kind of cold and kind of harsh. To a degree, this war is one of these distraction things. So before the 1860s, obviously, which is the Civil War, everyone kind of knew things were heading a direction like that, potentially. Tensions had been rising. So there's a lot of these, oh, well, let's do this instead. And it just keeps trying to kick this can down the road further and further and further, so nobody has to deal with it, because nobody wants to deal with it. Because of war, obviously, no one wants to do that. Civil War especially. So, is another one of those wars. A lot of the people from this war will become important people in the Civil War, actually. A few people, obviously, that people would think of is General Grant. He is a participant in this war. He does not agree with this war. He very much despised this war, as many other Americans did, but and he did his duty, as was ordered. But there's Winfield Scott, actually. He's a pretty important person during this war. He's old guy, and not in this war so much, but he'll be important later in the Civil War. He's the leader of technically the United States Army the whole time, even during the Civil War, but nobody really talks about him as much because, well, he wasn't as important during that war, but still an important figure. This war was kind of unjust. It was more just to take a lot of territory from Mexico. That was more to the west, but it happened, so now you know.